Mine is Aaron Smith-Levin, and I was a Scientologist for about 29 years.
My name is Claire Headley, and I was a Scientologist for 30 years.
My name is Marc Headley, and I was a Scientologist for 25 years.
My name is Mike Rinder. I was a Scientologist for 46 years.
What's the Church of Scientology so afraid of?
This is SPTV.
Hello, hello, hello. We all know
guys.
what Scientology is so afraid of, don't we?
We sure do.
Yes, sirree.
Oh my God, what a crazy week it's been.
Crazy week it's been. It just started.
It's Monday, right?
My weeks don't run Monday to Monday like the WOG world. I mean, what are you talking about?
He's a Thursday at 2 guy still.
Oh, so he's already had Thursday afternoon, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's true. He's already had 4 days of the week.
Yeah, he's halfway through the week. Yeah.
Bonanza.
Oh my God, Mike, you're in a nice snazzy new setup. No LED lights for you.
He's got all LED. Well,
I've got all sorts of weird little lights here, but I'm in a weird setup. That's exactly right. In fact, I'm 3 doors down from Marc.
That's right. I could run out of my stream into his stream if we wanted to.
What about me? I have a fancy new
Oh
setup.
yeah,
Yes.
You're in the
man
dungeon.
cave.
You're in the man cave.
I feel like Mike's mic might have come unplugged.
No, no. Is that the same laptop you use at the other place?
No.
Yeah, he has a totally different setup
over there.
Oh.
No, it's still on my mic.
He's good,
Aaron.
He's good.
So actually, I'm just realizing, logistically speaking, Claire, I know I said you were going to star the things, but I don't know if you joined via the team entrance, because if you're starring things, I don't see them.
Oh, okay. Let's work.
I can star them, Aaron. I can star them.
No. Wait, Claire, you're starring things, Claire?
I did, yes.
But the problem is that can we test something?
Did you see that?
Yeah, but who did that? Claire or Marc?
I did it.
Yep, not me.
I know.
Okay, good. I'm out.
No, so the problem is that how do I
Are we having communication troubles, Aaron?
How do I know that the comments I'm seeing are everyone's comments if when Claire stars them, I don't see them?
Oh. How many of you starred, Claire?
1.
Okay. Do you see any starred, Aaron?
Claire, is it the 86 GOP comment that you starred?
Hold on, let me look. No, that was not me.
That was me.
So I know that I can see what Marc stars. How do I know I'm seeing everyone's comments?
Yeah, Claire, you can
Well, here's
go
how
out.
I know. Here's how I know.
I just tried
Guys,
another one. I starred another one. Do you see another one starred?
Yeah, Olivia Herbert.
Yes.
Okay,
good.
We're good.
We're
okay.
good.
Okay.
Yay.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys. I mean,
we
we're
are
just
learning and growing on a day-to-day basis.
Well, we're also all over the country right now.
Yes.
So
We are.
in
Yes,
strange locations with strange equipment. Except for Aaron is not, but he soon will be.
But I will be next week.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I will be next week.
SPTV hits the big time next week.
Yes.
Yeah, SPTV's covering the jury selection, even though the pool reporter has decided not to share their notes with SPTV, believe it or not. But you know what? What you going to do? You can take the clown out of the circus, but you can't take the circus out of the clown. You know what I'm saying?
Aaron couldn't resist.
I couldn't resist.
He had
All
to.
right, so Claire, if you're going to be the star, you got to start starring some stuff, lady.
Yes, sir. I'm
Come
on it. I'm working on it. Sorry, I was distracted by a certain other task that we were talking about. My apologies. Let me get back to the matter at hand.
Actually, you're right. That's actually not fair. Well, why don't we if we're going to show that trailer, why don't we do it closer to the beginning here than later on?
Perfect.
Are
Sounds
you,
good to me.
do you already have it uploaded?
Let me check. Yes, it is good to go.
Perfect.
Okay, good. Claire, give us the intro on the trailer we're going to see.
So, my inspiration for my next series, Where is Shelly Miscavige, stems from a few different things. Number one, I knew Shelly on a personal level for 13 years. I worked with her very closely for 8 years. And for 4 of those years, I reported to her almost daily, and she actually ran me as if she were my direct boss. And so knowing her personally, it struck me as, hey, let's talk about this. Shelly Miscavige is a very real person, and she is very missing. And not only is she David Miscavige's wife, she is also the first lady, if you will, of Scientology. She was the number 2 executive in the 14 years that I spent at Scientology's headquarters. She was at David Miscavige's side 24/7. So, and obviously Leah filed the missing person report when she left Scientology, which was such a courageous move. Nobody ever gets in Scientology's face and stands up to them, but that was really, really took courage. And not only that, I know many people who knew and worked with Shelly Miscavige personally, so I started researching her life. She's now been in Scientology as of today for 58 years. She got into it when she was 4 years old, which was the same age I was when I got into Scientology. And the other piece is that the question, where is Shelly Miscavige, to me personally epitomizes everything that is wrong with Scientology in the United States of America today. So this is my trailer for my upcoming series.
Shelly Miscavige. She has not appeared in public since 2005.
Where's Shelly and what happened?
Where is Shelly?
We're looking at like 17 years of a person just missing.
Shelly Miscavige was given into the sole care of L. Ron Hubbard by her parents when she was 12.
This is where Shelly is believed to be being held captive.
Do you believe that Shelly Miscavige is a threat today?
Oh,
Absolutely.
she's seen it all. She's been by his side the whole time.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Boom.
It's going to be great.
Boom.
Yes.
When do you start airing the segments or episodes or interviews?
Great question. I have 5 recorded so far. We will announce as soon as we know the first air date.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. By the way, the record that we set last week was like 32, somewhere between 32 and 3,400 live viewers. We're already at 2,000 almost. So,
and we're not even 8 minutes in.
Yeah. So pretty cool. All right. Well, let's get cracking on some questions here. We're going to be very careful about how we answer some questions. Let me tackle this one. 86 GOP. I saw featuring Danny Masterson, so I knew that I had to tune in. Are you interviewing him tonight, or has he decided to use SPTV to air his admission of guilt? Well, I'll tell you what. On the title, we all have different titles and thumbnails and video descriptions for this stream. On mine, I did featuring Danny Masterson because I've already done like 2 Danny Masterson videos today. Now, through a secret back channel connection, he has offered, just like OJ wrote the book, If I Did It, he has offered to, over the weekend, while court is out of session, to do an interview with me just titled, If I Were Guilty. No, I'm just kidding. It's all a joke. So that's me. I took that one. Thank you, guys. Okay. So Olivia Herbert, are Boss Baby hoodies with Dave's face too silly to be SPTV merch? That'd be a nice conversation piece, I think. I don't think that's too silly. We'd have to make sure we don't get into any laws preventing us from using someone else's face or likeness, but I don't know what the laws are. If it's legal, it's definitely not too silly. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, we could do a similar thing where we just block out the face, like we block out the eyes so you can't tell who it is. You just go, you just do black right over that, and it's like, I don't know who that is. It could be Captain.
We
could be Captain Davy Pants. Could be somebody else. Who knows?
We could put Alfred E. Newman's picture on it.
That's true, Boss Baby.
It could a little captain's outfit.
Yeah.
Next to a caricature of Tom Cruise, with a little beagle that has commander stripes or captain stripes. Which one was it? His dog was what?
I think it was Captain.
Captain.
Right, the Beagles
Jelly.
had captain stripes.
Jelly the
right?
Beagle. Yeah, she had 4 stripes.
What? Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I think that might have been Commander.
Commander.
I do too.
Commander Jelly.
Jelly.
That's a nice name for a dog, actually. I like that.
Commander Jelly.
David Miscavige said that his whole thing was Jelly typed more sense by running across his keyboard than anyone in management ever possibly could.
Yeah.
That's the true hallmark of a leader, constantly insulting everyone who works for you.
Well, you know, another thing is he had a dog that it was a Dalmatian kind of mix with something else, and it used to bite people all the time. Yeah, it was a Dalmatian mix with a pit bull, which is not a good mix if you're going to mix dogs.
Dalmatians have enough problems.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he used to bite people, and he would always say he bites the people that are out ethics, and that kind of worked for Dave until he bit this really old woman that worked in the editing department. She was like 80 years old, and she was bringing the submission up there. The dog attacked this woman. And then the dog went to the doggy RPF, which, by the way, that dog got banished to the RPF, the doggy RPF, which is the same place he banished Shelly to. The dog went to CST in the mountains. True story.
Yep.
He sent Shelly the same place.
Bye-bye, Magpie.
So,
well, no, it was Buster.
So he sent.
Oh, it was Buster?
Magpie was the other one.
Magpie was the good Dalmatian, the purebred.
We had a Dalmatian named Max, and he had a crush on Magpie, for which Buster kicked his rear end really hardcore.
Buster almost killed our dog because
scary.
he was getting fresh with his girlfriend there, Magpie.
Yeah. Oh.
So did he send Jelly to Shelly or Shelly to Jelly?
No, he sent Buster to the CST, but this was years before he sent Shelly to CST.
Oh, I see.
It just established a precedent.
Do you think Buster was already dead by the time Shelly got there?
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So I don't know what this means. Let's figure it out. Nancy Ives. I've never been in Scientology, yet just said to my hubby that could be a major flap. Thanks SPTV for the new vocabulary. I get it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's perfect.
Yeah, that's you used it perfectly. This is we got a flap on our hands here.
Major flap.
Yep. Major flap.
What was that from? Was there like a tarp on the Apollo and it was blowing in the wind?
There was a flag order that talked about a flap. Like Mike, you probably know better than I do, but I understood it's like sheets flapping in the wind. It can get caught into things, and
I actually have no idea what the genesis of that is.
Yeah, Aaron.
It's not a Scientology term.
Okay.
Oh, really?
It was just used very heavily in Scientology.
It's a real word in the real world. And maybe it has its original derivation from some of those things. But yeah, not a Scientology term. Okay. Nancy, if you want to upgrade your Scientology vocabulary, a very, very serious urgent flap is a Hill 10.
Yes.
Yes.
That is exactly right. I was about to say that too, Aaron. We could spread around some more Hill 10.
Mike, use it in a sentence for us, Mike.
The upcoming Danny Masterson trial, as far as OSA is concerned, is a major Hill 10.
There you go.
Nothing good can come from that.
All right, let's see. Oh, here's a funny one. Around the room, any tattoos? Details, please. If not, what would you get? I do not have any tattoos. And I've always said the only thing I could ever get that I think I would never even potentially regret would be like my kids' names or something. I mean, but honestly, I can't stand pain and needles. Like it's not happening for me.
It hurts so good, Aaron. I have two. I have one on this arm and one on this arm.
I was going to get a tattoo when I left the Sea Org just because I could. And Mark was like, don't do it, honey.
No, she's pretty. She has no marks or scars. And that you don't want any identifying marks in case law enforcement get your hands on you.
No, I have plenty of scars.
And I don't have any either.
Yeah, you
I don't want any either.
See,
Mark has
Claire.
Mark
Claire
has
tattoo.
David Miscavige's initials tattooed on his shoulder.
David Miscavige, his initials. Come on.
You know, when I
Not
got
even
this,
one person in the
when I
chat's
got
gonna
this,
buy that.
it was down here. Seriously, I got it when I was like 16, and it was way down on my arm. And as I grew, somehow, I don't know, it's been moving up. Pretty soon, when I'm 60, it's going to be up here somewhere.
That is incredible.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, let's figure out what this is referring to. Claire, what was the global bodies in the shop while you were there? Minimum, maximum, average, medium. Was that even a stat that you saw at RTC?
Not at RTC, no. But that was a management stat.
Yeah.
Like a
honestly, I will answer this question with who knows. That is one of those stats that is so falsified by every single organization in Scientology. It's not even worth paying attention to. Yeah. Every single organization would count. They would, bring. They would announce that they were having a picnic for children with coloring books, and they'd bring a bunch of kids in and count them as bodies in the shop. They would cycle people around in circles going, come in today for a lecture today. Okay, come back tomorrow for another one for tomorrow. It'll be 15 minutes, and they would count them. I mean, it's just like, it was a pointless, absolutely absurd number that had no bearing on reality. So
yeah.
So
though, Mike, isn't it true that was actually Diana Hubbard's stat? Because she was over the divisions
Public
that brought new
inflow.
people into Scientology internationally. So that was her statistic.
Right. They were all, Scientology has, like, every organization is required to report like about 200 statistics every week. And these range from how much money did they make to how much bills did they pay to how many cramming orders were completed to how many letters were mailed to how much promotion was sent out, how many letters came in, everything. And the vast majority of those statistics were fudged.
Yeah, I was going to say, if there's a stat in Scientology, someone's false reporting it somewhere.
Someone's figured out how to make it untrue and make it appear that they are doing more than they actually are. And those statistics all get counted up and added up and aggregated by continental level and then internationally. And every week there is a review done of these statistics by all sorts of different people. Well, they used to when there was a management body in Scientology, and then they would send out orders on how people were supposed to increase them every week.
So I got to say though, even though this number would be a hugely falsified number, I'm still dying to know what the reported number would be, even ballpark, because it does serve some purpose of setting an absolute top limit on, like, there's that book, Mike, that you and I were working with for a while called How to Measure Anything.
Right.
And even without having the true original source information, you can kind of bracket in on a number in almost any case. Now, in the LA area where there's like 10 orgs and one public can bounce around to all orgs in a week, you're going to have a much greater inflated biz number in an area like LA compared to like Philadelphia, where there's only one org for 2 hours in each direction. You can juice that number up, but only so much, right? And that's true for most orgs in the world. I'm dying to know what even the false reported biz was, like even to the nearest 10,000.
Well,
does anybody know?
When you were at ASHO, what was the bodies in the shop at ASHO?
I don't even remember them keeping bodies in the shop at ASHO, although I'm sure they did because it's a Div 6 stat. But I can tell you it wasn't more than I can just tell you it wasn't more than 300.
Right.
It just wasn't. It just wasn't. I just know it wasn't.
Can I just diverge for a second and comment on what a morbid name for a statistic that is?
Bodies in the shop.
Bodies in the shop.
It should have been beings in the shop. Wait, they couldn't call it beings in the shop because everyone would report the BTs.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I've got 7,000 beings in me today, so we're up.
Or better yet, do you count the BTs as well, or is it just physical?
Well, that's why they
bodies?
couldn't say beings. They had to say bodies because it's just the body is there.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. BTs can also be bodies, though.
But in any event, Aaron, I get what you're saying. I don't recall.
Okay.
Like
Somebody's
if anybody
gonna
on
have
this
it somewhere,
I would be the one who would know, and I don't recall. It literally was one of those things that was like, oh, it's not even worth paying attention to.
Because it's just such a bullshit number.
Right. But I know exactly what you're saying. I did a post about something like that on my blog 2 days ago about AOSH UK saying that there are 8 billion people on Earth. That means every Sea Org member is responsible for clearing 1,100,000 people. And you extrapolate that back, and they're saying that there are 7,800 Sea Org members. Now, we know that's bullshit, but even their inflated number of 7,800 is like, it's so minuscule. Yeah. And they say that they have to clear, each Sea Org member has to clear one person, 1 million people. They haven't cleared 100,000 people in 75 years with all the Sea Org members. So you extrapolate it out, and I went, okay, so if each Sea Org member's response, even if they 10x the number of Sea Org members tomorrow, or 1,000x them tomorrow, they're going to clear the planet in 3.5 million years.
Yeah.
But we're clearing the planet. Planetary clearing is becoming a reality. It is happening now, folks.
They can't even clear a zip code, their own zip code. How are they going to clear the planet?
Yeah. In the vein of that, you can measure anything. I was going to use your blog post, Mike, that you did with the number of Sea Org members they said they had, which we know is higher than is real, but they said essentially 7,000.
Right.
Well, in the spreadsheet that I did showing how there's only 35,000 Scientologists in the world, I used 5,000 Sea Org members.
I know.
So if I'm only that much lower than them on their inflated, it's just more evidence that we already know the estimate is correct, but their numbers prove the estimate is correct.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's why I grab those little things and I look at them and go, this says a lot.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a good one. Noel Goldberg. Several weeks ago, I offered to send money if you would consider wearing a shirt that wasn't black. And Mike said you didn't own any other colors. Mike was actually telling the truth at the time.
Yeah.
Imagine
Aaron
my
went
surprise.
shopping.
Imagine my surprise this past week when I saw the assorted colors in all their glory, worth every penny. Well, Noel or Noel, I'm not sure which one. I'm guessing
Noel.
That's Noel.
No.
Oh, it is Noel. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, yes, and I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I still have my black wardrobe, and it will be making an appearance. But I figured, you know what, it's time to turn a new leaf.
That could be Noelle, by the way. That's my sister's middle name, and there is a woman behind that dog in that picture. Just saying.
Yeah,
All right,
I think it's Noelle. Okay, Mandy Bishop, this one is for Claire. Honest question for Claire. Did you feel abandoned or betrayed when Mark left you behind when he blew?
Absolutely. This
Answer
is
this
why
very
I
question
feel
carefully.
that Mark should forgive me for having sent my rings back to him.
Okay,
This is why.
Okay,
I
let's just finish this, and we won't talk about it ever again. Do you want me to forget about the motorcycle being locked up, or do you want me to forget about the rings being sent back?
I never deserted you at a 500-acre secure compound.
Do you remember when I called you? Do you remember when I called you the night? Do you remember when I called you the night before I blew?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
And?
you said, "Are you coming home?" And I said, "I'm going to try."
And did you come home?
No.
You didn't come home. You
course
missed your
not.
window. You missed your window.
So yes,
I had
the
to
answer
leave
to your
that.
question is 100%. I was like, "What the heck? Why is the theme of my life being left behind in cults? I don't understand."
Yeah, no. I tried to get her, but she didn't come home. So
You never told me you were leaving.
if I told you that, you might have ratted me out, and I might have never escaped.
And I
had to take my chances.
I fully acknowledge that. I own that, honey.
And
But,
I
you know,
did my
don't
best
know,
to
that
get you
seems
out.
like a harsh
And here
punishment.
we are.
You could have done
so-
like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Like, I really need to talk to you.
Yeah.
Like, you could have at least like given me a mystery sandwich. Like, it's
The
really
best-
important that I
But this
talk
is
to
the
you.
best part. The reason she couldn't come home because she was giving a security check to a girl who had been left there when her husband blew and
Yes.
left her there. She was
Yes.
sec checking that woman whose husband had deserted her and left her, the wife at the property, which is
Yes.
ironically
The irony
reason she
abounds.
didn't come home.
And I had
then
been
I
put
left.
on this task by none other than Shelly Miscavige herself.
Yeah.
Wow. It only took about 6 or 7 weeks to get this to bubble to the surface. I'm glad we covered this.
Yes, apparently we still need to talk this through a little more.
This never comes up between us, but as soon as we get into one of these lives, these people stir up all this nonsense.
Oh,
This needs to be relegated to Tuesdays because Aaron and I do not belong in this
I know.
conversation.
we'll rename it Tense Topic Tuesdays.
Tense Topic Tuesdays.
There we go. Thanks for nothing, Mandy Bishop. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, Andrew Humphrey wants to know, are you aware of an instance when someone was joining the Sea Org claiming they'd already signed the billion-year contract in a previous life? If not, is there Scientology doctrine allowing it? Keep up the great work. I mean, no.
There's no one's ever come. The motto of the Sea Org is "We come back." Truth is, they've never come back.
Nobody comes back.
Here's what happens. Scientologist parents will pressure their young children to join the Sea Org by implanting into their brains that they were past life Sea Org members. And it just becomes this thing. It's like this status symbol of, oh, look, my kid joined the Sea Org. He's 14, 15 years old. I guess they really do come back. Like it really is this thing that's kind of enforced on young Scientology kids that they must, of course, be reincarnated Scientologists. Is that your guys' experience?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
I think the most egregious example I ever saw of this was there was a Scientology kid who said that his parents had interviewed this dying Scientologist before they died, and they accepted this person to move into their unborn baby, so they knew who he was in a prior lifetime, quote unquote. Spooky.
That happens all the time.
It's just creepy beyond belief. Ugh.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, before we answer another one, I have a one that I got to put up. It's I told you so.
Wait a minute. We're at
Oh,
8:29.
great. Here we go. This is themed. I'm warning you guys right now.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's just a starred question that
Sure.
Is very important
Sure.
for Marc
Here it
to
is.
get on the screen.
shh.
Here we go.
It's Noel, like the Christmas Carol. My first name means Christmas, but I married a
Oh.
Jewish man, so I go through life as Noel Goldberg.
Noel.
Noel is my sister's middle name, which also means Christmas. That's
Oh, so
really-
Noel. Yeah. Okay. Right.
Perfect.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's all good.
No L.
Okay. So
There
it
you
sounds
go.
like Claire was saying it's giveaway time.
Yes,
That's
I was
exactly
saying
Oh,
that.
yes. Yes. So who's going first?
Aaron's first.
Oh,
He's in the
so
top
we didn't
corner.
announce this to our listening audience. We have 4 giveaways for tonight, which is 3 bobbleheads, courtesy of a kind person who donated them, who wishes to remain anonymous. So done deal. And look at this.
We have a baby,
Baby-
crocheted Zenu. This is
Baby
not an
Zenu.
outfit for a Mike Rinder bobblehead. This is just a baby Lord Zenu. That's what we got. It's
Look
like
at that.
Grogu, but Zenu.
Pretty
That is
amazing.
bigger than I thought it was going to be. That is
Yeah.
so cute.
Do you have the other one there on the desk, Claire? Can you show them side by side so people can
Oh,
see like a
sure.
scale?
Yeah, here we go.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
This
We
is
have
not
some-
Maryland. This is a
This
crochet
another lady.
copycat.
I'll see if I can get the link to
Oh,
this
it's
lady's
different.
store.
It's a totally
different
different
person.
person.
Yeah,
We've
different
got
person.
we got some mad crocheters up in this.
This lady
in
was
this,
inspired
place.
by Marilyn, but yeah, this is a baby one. So
Oh my God, that is so cute. And what about who crocheted the Jedi Master, the Jedi
Marilyn.
Master suit for
That
the
was
for the Mike
Marilyn.
bobblehead? Have we shown that on a stream? I don't think we have.
no,
I don't have
that.
one.
I have the pictures of it. I just don't have them here with me right now. But
Oh, okay.
we can show those next
Absolutely
Monday.
amazing. Absolutely amazing with the lightsaber and everything.
Yes, and with the Darth Vader.
Yeah. Do you that the lightsaber? Is that what, that's the lightsaber?
No, the picture shows him fighting Darth Vader.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so guys, we're doing our first giveaway. So this is of a bobblehead, right?
Yes.
I'm going to randomly select a name from the live chat. So I need you to start burning up the live chat. You can say whatever you want. It doesn't even have to say anything in particular, just anything at all. And I'm going to pick a name in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rachel Brackett is the first winner of a Mike Rinder bobblehead.
There you go.
Okay, so who does she have to email to?
She needs to email me at claire@blownforgood.com.
Sweet. There you go.
Yes.
And our next giveaway, second giveaway, will occur in 30 minutes from now.
Yes.
Our third giveaway will occur 60 minutes from now.
Yes.
And the final one, oh wait, there's 3 or 4 giveaways.
4.
So the last, right before we end off, we'll do one more.
Okay, good. There we go. Fantastic. Already so much fun. Destiny Salazar, Aaron, great reporting already on all the ins and outs of the Danny Masterson trial. Keep it up. I will not ask any other details out of respect for Claire. Excellent idea, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
What is this, Mike? 2 LED strips were delivered to Mike today. 1 more set arrives tomorrow.
Wow,
Okay.
Mike.
Okay, Maria sent me the light that I use, the blue light for the Emmys, for the Emmy Award that's at home. And she then sent me an email and said, oh my God, I just found out those lights, the ones that I have shining behind me right now here, Mark, that you saw.
Yeah.
She said, oh, I found out that they're remote and you can't control them from your phone, and you have to use batteries and you can't plug them in. I had no idea. They're no good. I'm sending you new ones to light up the bookcase behind you. And I said, oh, wow, that's really nice. And she said, but I didn't have them at, they were out of stock on Amazon. So I ordered them from somewhere else. And then I said, well, I'm sorry, Maria, I'm going out of town. I won't get them before I go. And she emailed me and said, okay, well, here's the crazy thing. I tried to cancel the order knowing that it wasn't going to be delivered to you before you got home anyway. And it had already been shipped. And I ordered another one too. So you've got 2 sets coming. So Christy just sent me a message right before this. And she said, these boxes of LED lights arrived. Did you order those? I said, no, Maria, one of our viewers. So Maria, they arrived. Thank you very much.
Wow. You're going to be up to your eyes and ears and LED strips.
I'm going to look like the Rainbow Coalition.
Yes.
You know what? Somebody messaged me yesterday and said that they had so kindly and graciously sent me a pair of cracker earrings.
Cracker earrings?
Yes.
I know, it's amazing. Like, someone sent Aaron and I the SP this mug.
That's right.
That is
Look at this.
beautiful.
Look at
Look
that
at
mug.
that mug.
That's pretty cool.
It's amazing.
I haven't seen mine yet. It's at home, and I'm sitting here in this tacky hotel room, as someone just put it.
It's going to look much less tacky with some sexy LED lights behind you.
Well, yeah, Mark's got the red lights from hell in his room.
That's right.
I just use white, looking tacky.
You know, the thing to do on YouTube is to use one color on this side of your head and a different color on this side of your head, and apparently that's all the rage. That's what the kids are doing.
I will do that for the next one.
Okay.
Nice.
I can do green and red, green and blue, white and blue. I've got a whole variety thanks to Maria.
All right.
Nice.
Denver Steve-O. By the way, anyone watching this video has got to check out Denver Steve-O's channel. He's uploading these amazing music videos for SPTV.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. Yeah.
I'll have to check that
really?
out.
Oh,
I
you guys haven't
texted you
seen
one,
them?
Mike.
They're
I
incredible.
texted you one the other day.
Oh, yeah. I've been kind of busy, Claire.
Really?
So Denver Steve-O says, hello, everyone. Tuning in tonight from Northeast Fairplay, Colorado. Is that a real city?
South Park.
Not Northeast, though. Just fair play.
We don't know. He does a different city every single time he chats.
I got it. Ken's channel says, if you told me 10 years ago I'd look forward to SPTV more than Monday Night Football, I would have said, you must be in some crazy cult. Got my signed Blown for Good book on Saturday. You guys are fast. Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
just a programming note here. For anybody that orders a signed one of my books, signed, personalized, I won't be back for about 10 days. So you'll have to just be patient. I can't sign them in advance and leave them there for Christy to mail out when the orders come in, because you write a particular message, and I don't have a bunch of books with me here to ship out from here. So sorry.
All right. Good to know. Very good to know. I like this one. From Thomas Fernari. Aaron is the meanest SP. Mike is the most thoughtful. Mark is the funniest, and Claire is the loveliest. That sounds about right.
That's nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is nice, seeing as I'm definitely the meanest.
It depends. We can share the crown. All right, Calico 26. Mike, how long were you in the Apollo before you met Kathy there? Was she different back then than she is now?
She arrived maybe 9 months after I did, sometime in 1974. And she was very different, just like we all were. I mean, I think everybody sort of devolved through their history in the Sea Organization, partly due to the amount of time that you spend in the organization and the changes that you go through being and participating in that sort of lifestyle, but also because the Sea Organization changed, and the what was acceptable behavior and what was normal behavior and what people did and thought and how they acted changed fairly drastically for the worse as time went on.
Awesome. Good answer. Okay. Let me just take this one. Is it true that Scientology's expert witness in the Danny Masterson trial is Claire's stepfather? It is true, and there's nothing we can say about it. But yes, but since it was a yes or no question, I decided to take it. Okay. Lisa Robinson says, I love my SPTV and good luck to Claire at the trial. Absolutely. I wonder, Claire, will the world be able to get any sort of advance notice as to when you're going to be testifying, or does it have to be a surprise?
Great question. I don't know the answer to that, but I was talking to Mark the other day and I thought, I'm just keeping a diary.
Aaron, the world will know because the judge typically in a case says, okay, prosecutors, who's your first witness? And what's your witness list? And there's always this, and tomorrow, do you think we're going to get to your expert? Tomorrow, are you going to get to your first victim testifying? So there is usually, the judge tries to keep the jury and the lawyers and the audience that are there sort of informed about what's coming so that they have some idea. So that is typically how it will be done.
Awesome. Some advice for Claire here. The Copper Mustache says, Claire, take over the cave, change the address, and redecorate.
Take over the cave. First of all, it's a listening room. It's not a cave.
Well, it is sort of a cave.
I'm going to rename it the Female Retreat.
Or Claire's Cave.
Spa.
Claire's Cave.
Claire's Cave.
Rainbow colored lights everywhere in the back. Actually,
Yeah, right.
actually, while you're using it, it would be nice to have another color scheme. That would be really hilarious. This is Claire's Claire themed.
She could do
cave.
blue.
Yeah.
You could do blue in there, Claire, if you want.
All right.
Push the little button. There's 3 buttons on that thing. One turns it off. Push the opposite of that one, and it'll cycle through the colors.
I love how he says there's 3 buttons on that thing.
The thing that has the red
and
lights
there are
behind.
Like 200 buttons in
No, it's behind. It's behind the sofa. There's some red lights on the floor. You can change the color if you want.
Okie dokie. I'll take a look. Thanks for the hot tip.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized we're both wearing the same shade of SP blue.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm wearing off policy green.
Okay. I was waiting for Mike to jump in, but no, it's okay.
I didn't have anything to say. I'm wearing like Sea Org naval blue.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
He's
Peggy
wearing
Wolf.
Overboard blue.
Not so naval. No, he's wearing not so naval blue.
I love that. Peggy Wolf says, I never get to see you guys live. Aaron, seriously love the new look. It's just one of the many new looks. Again, it's part of the SP Spring collection. And you can get yours at Amazon.com, where I get my shirts.
Or the Sears Young Men's catalog.
XSO, big and tall. Okay, Denver Steve-O's got another good one here. If I were in the Sea Org riding a motorcycle around the int base, I crashed and broke my leg. How is the hospital bill paid? Who pays it? Do I have insurance? Does Davey cut a check? Go ahead, Claire.
Pick me, pick me. The medical officer will promptly arrive at your bedside in the hospital and have you fill out a form that states that you work 40 hours a week and that this accident happened during those 40 hours a week so that the bill can be paid with workers' compensation.
That is how it was usually done. Workers' comp. No matter when you had an accident, it happened during the day. Even if it happened in the middle of the night, it happened
Yeah, like
during
take
the day.
my accident, which I was unsubtly referencing. It happened around noon on a Saturday, and I was working, and I had far exceeded 40 hours of a 40-hour work week at that point. So, yeah.
Incredible. It's a weird kind of pendulum swing between forcing something to be covered by workman's comp. In many cases, I thought in Philly, at least, the org would bend over backwards to prevent anything from being charged to workman's comp because they couldn't afford having the rates increased on them. So that's where you get people just being forced to go to the free clinic in the ER and like, hell no, we're not submitting a claim. But perhaps it's different if you're at the int base. That's a different set of rules.
Yeah, and we also had
is different.
People losing fingers and breaking legs and crashing motorcycles. Like he's saying something that happened many, many times. Claire broke her leg riding a motorcycle at
so
the
did I.
base, and so did Mike.
And which, by the way, I was not even allowed to tell any of my family that I'd broken my leg until 2 years later.
Oh my God.
Oh, I didn't even know my leg was broken until a year later.
Oh my gosh.
I flew the next week to do an event at the Fort Harrison for the 75th anniversary of the Fort Harrison. And I had skinned the back of my hand and arm, and I was on crutches. Even though I'd gone to the emergency room at the Hemet Hospital, they hadn't noticed that I actually had fractured my leg. I did this event, and in order to get on stage, I had makeup all over my hands so that you couldn't see that they were all bloody. And I had to practice for like 30 minutes beforehand to get from the edge of the curtain to the podium at the Fort Harrison auditorium without anybody noticing that I was limping.
Oh my goodness.
And then deliver the speech and then scuttle back into the back.
Unbelievable. Okay, here's an interesting one. Shayna W. says, I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, but work in public aid. Would Scientologists give me the stink eye for having the degree? You guys rock.
Yes.
100%.
Definitely.
Yes. You wasted your time.
Yeah.
At least when it comes to Scientology. But hey, congratulations and well done.
And honestly, having a job where you work, have anything to do with public aid or social services would get you a stink eye as well.
Yes, true.
True.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah. That's a double whammy.
Good point, Aaron.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're just helping all those out exchange DB crims.
Yeah. You know what's really crazy? My uncle was a very well-known pediatrician in London, and one time I was talking to him, and telling him actually about that accident that we were just talking about, where I broke my leg. And I was explaining how I was rushed to the ER, and they asked me who did this to me, like who put this splint on my leg, because it resulted in me almost losing my foot. And I told him, I just looked at them and I said, I don't know, because I couldn't say anything bad and I was in shock. So I didn't know, I couldn't think of anything better. And my uncle literally started crying, and he was like, that's what we know to be a sign of trauma and abuse, is when the answer is, I don't know.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Here's a throwback answer. Cat and Maggie says flap comes from an old Navy phrase. Just like loose cannons are deadly on a boat in a storm, if the sails flap, you're potentially toast. Oh,
there you go. Toast is another Scientology Sea Org term, and usually it's used, you're toast, or if you don't get this done by the time I come back, you're toast. That is people toast or you say, did you toast him? Oh yeah, I toasted them.
Did you give him an SRA?
A severe reality adjustment.
Here's another phrase that's used so much in Scientology. I thought it was a Scientology phrase, and that's he's off the rails. Oh, he's totally off the rails. Oh, you're off the rails. That's off the rails. And it just means out ethics. Now, in the real world, it means something a little different. In Scientology, it means out ethics, unethical, out of control. But not. No, I don't know. Would they say this whole project is off the rails, or do they just say people are off the rails?
No, you can say
project is off the rails.
Project's off the rails. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's an interesting one. I have a question. What about the fish to fry?
That's not a Scientology phrase.
Okay.
It isn't.
No.
I thought it was.
So did I.
It's just Hubbard used it, and so it's such a common phrase in Scientology. Well, here, let me look it up right here. Other fish to fry, meaning, have other more important things to attend to.
Yeah. There you go.
Interesting.
This is somebody, I love toast without Vegemite, and then Leanne says, I love toast with Vegemite.
No, she said, I just had toast with
Vegemite. Congratulations, Leanne.
I love toast without Vegemite. Ken, I love toast without Vegemite as well. Thank you.
Now I'm having memories. This is going to make Mike make a face. I personally like Marmite.
Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Vegemite 1, Marmite 2. There we go.
Marmite tastes the way... Vegemite tastes the way that American chocolate tastes when you've grown up in England and have been eating proper chocolate.
What, it tastes amazing?
No, American chocolate tastes like fake chocolate.
Really?
Yes.
American chocolate is not very good.
Compared to English chocolate, this is true.
Or Swiss or Belgian or basically anywhere else. Sorry.
That was a fun culinary diversion.
Now we have super chats about what kind of toast people like. I like toast with butter and cinnamon sugar. Thank you, Heather B. We appreciate it.
Nice. We'll give it a try.
All right, here's an interesting one. Betty Taylor says, I watched a video of Jeffrey Augustine interviewing Bill Franks. For those watching, Bill Franks used to be the executive director international before L. Ron Hubbard died, right?
Yeah, but Jeff has interviewed Bill Franks?
Before he died, he did interview him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I did not know that.
Bill Franks said that L. Ron Hubbard told David Miscavige and him that overts and withholds are BS. I only use that to control them. Also, I'm only here for the money. Horrible. Okay, I've got to jump in here. That's not what was said. What was said was L. Ron Hubbard said out loud what I think all Scientologists already do know, if we're being fair. You guys let me know if you agree. That overts and withholds aren't the only reason that people blow. They can also blow from ARC breaks. You can blow from being treated so horribly. I don't think any Scientologist is actually wondering about this. I mean, would you guys agree that when you were in, it's not like, well, I don't know. What do you guys think? Did you think literally if you leave, it could never be because you were so mistreated or upset?
No, it's because you have overts. If you leave, it's because you have overts. That's it.
That's not entirely what I believed, Aaron. because there is Hubbard writings about that, like where he says, of course you can treat someone so badly. It's in the blow-offs, HCOB, in fact.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Of course you can treat someone so badly. The assumption, though, is that could never be Scientology.
Yes.
That Scientology can never treat anybody badly. So therefore, the only explanation is overts and withholds.
That's right. And that's interesting because that way of thinking, that could never happen in Scientology, even though the mechanism could work that way. Just like in Scientology, if you're getting a PTS handling and you name a staff member, you're automatically false PTS.
Right.
Yes.
That's exactly right. Because
a
no
staff member
staff
could never
member,
be a real. Yeah.
Exactly.
I didn't want to cut you off there.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So super interesting. I remember Jeff mentioning this to me. Bill Franks, this is just one of the downfalls of this generational divide in the Scientology experience is if I had been alive during that time, Bill Franks would probably be a really big deal to me. And yet, to me, E.D. Intis, Guillaume Lasserre, and anyone who came before him is irrelevant in the mind of that's my Scientology experience. I don't even know. Life before Guillaume Lasserre is like, what? What's that?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
But Bill Franks,
Bill
if
Franks
I'm not
was a
mistaken,
big deal. He was a big
Bill
deal.
Franks is the one who was personally selected by L. Ron Hubbard to be executive director internet, or not?
No. Bill Franks was selected by Liz Ingber. Liz Ingber was sent on a mission by L. Ron Hubbard to find first of all, write the policy letter on the executive director international, which she spent like 3 years doing, and then to select an executive director international.
I like how Mike just threw some shade at some Sea Org exec for like 30 years ago. It took her 3 years to write the thing.
Well, trying to write, she was supposed to, Hubbard claimed that he had written up his hat as executive director international, and nobody could ever find this thing. And this was like a big deal because Hubbard said he did it. He said, I wrote up my hat as executive director international when I left St. Hill. And he didn't. It was bullshit. So Liz Ingber was sent on this mission to find the hat write-up of L. Ron Hubbard as executive director international.
Because he said he wrote it.
Yeah.
So it must exist.
So then she had to go and find every little thing that he had ever said about the subject of being the executive director international or the ED at St. Hill or running St. Hill or whatever. Cull all of the information out of those things and try and turn it into one policy letter to submit to Hubbard and say, sir, here is your hat write-up. And you imagine that task and then trying to get it approved.
Gosh.
And then she selected, I'm pretty sure it was Liz that selected. I mean, Janice may be on here listening to us. She often is. And she knows everything about everything that ever happened in the Sea Org. But I think that Liz was the one who selected Bill Franks. But then Bill Franks, very shortly after he became the executive director international, started siding with Mary Sue Hubbard and then the mission holders. And then, so suddenly Bill Franks became, oh my God, Bill Franks is complete shit. And he got gone. He was yanked faster than, like a one-night play on Broadway. He was just like, boom, he's gone. And suddenly, Kerry Gleason, who was the COFB, is made the ED int. And then the story gets even more bizarre, because then Kerry Gleason gets sent up to the int to Gold to be ED int. And Annie Broker, who was with L. Ron Hubbard, sends me a message. I was in CMOCW and says, I am appointing you the ED int programs ops. I was the CMOCW. You're to report to int and you report only to me. And you are to watch Kerry Gleason 24/7 and report to me everything that he does. And so I sit up there. I literally sit and watch Kerry Gleason and send reports to Annie. And then Annie says, okay, he's not to be the EDient. You need to find a new EDient. I found Guillaume.
Oh, wow.
And I brought Guillaume to Int to make EDInt. And then I was his EDInt programs ops being run by Annie Broker to install Guillaume on post as the executive director international of Scientology.
Wow.
Wow.
There you go, folks. Is that in your book, Mike?
Yeah, sort of a bit, I think. Maybe.
Huh.
I like, there's a lot of things that I just didn't have room, and
Yeah. No, I know.
It's not that significant in the overall scheme of things, but yeah, little story.
Super cool. Destiny Salazar says, it never occurred to me that it might be hard to know if a saying comes from Scientology terminology or is a common colloquialism when growing up in Scientology. It shows how isolated you were.
It's absolutely right.
Yeah.
I think one of the words or phrases that most Scientologists actually don't know is a Scientology word is outpoint.
Yes.
Yes.
I think you're right, Aaron. I mean, I know that because that's clearly is what is in the data series. And Hubbard makes a big point about this is a new form of thought and a new way of thinking and a new way of reasoning and et cetera, et cetera. And he even says people would call these errors or mistakes. I think he says we've coined a new term, outpoint.
It's outpoint and plus point. And it's funny because Scientologists almost never use the word plus point.
Right.
They only use the word outpoint.
That's true. I never thought about that.
Because
they don't say this is a plus point.
Evaluations are looking for outpoints.
Yeah, that's true. Another word that I always thought was a Scientology word that I don't think stems from Scientology is interbulate.
Interbulated
and theta definitely is interbulated theta. But the word interbulate is an actual word out in the real world. I thought it was. Yes, it is.
It is, but I do think the meaning in Scientology is unique to Scientology, if I'm not mistaken.
Though, if you look at the definition in the real world, it mirrors
the
concept.
You're right, because interbulated really is short for interbulated theta.
And theta.
No, I know, but when someone says I'm interbulated, what that really means is my theta is interbulated.
Yes,
and that's what gives it the unique meaning.
Yes.
But the word interbulated actually is probably the normal meaning of interbulated.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always thought that was a Scientology term, so there you go.
Yeah. Like I know.
What do I know? I grew up in a cult.
Mike really did grow up in a cult.
In like liquid dynamics or whatever the science is, the motion of liquids and gases. Interbulation is definitely something that comes into play of a flow being interbulated, like the swirlies.
Holy shit! How do you know that?
Well, I mean, I know I pick up a thing or two here and there.
Last night on the chat, was it last night or we did a video? When did we do a video?
All the days run together for me now. I don't know.
We did a video yesterday during the day, but somebody asked about the Sea Org pay and how it was $50. If you had $50 in 1990, the buying power of that, it would take $118 today with inflation. So Sea Org pay should be about $120. Somebody did the math. But, sorry, that was me. I meant to star it. Sorry. How about DevT, developed traffic?
Well, that's definitely a Scientology word.
100%.
Okay, we're coming up to 9 o'clock.
Okay, you're.
I'm the picker this time.
Oh, Mike, sorry.
Yes.
So,
all right, burn up that live stream. Burn it up.
If you guys want something, if you want a bobble, is it bobbles we're giving away?
Yeah.
Yes.
If you want a bobblehead, get in those comments and let us know. Mike's gonna pick one.
Okay, I am. Oh shit! They go past. I go. Oh yeah, that one, and then it's gone.
Well, you're just supposed to click, not pick and click.
Okay. Here I go.
You got to do a countdown at least.
Oh, you didn't count down.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
No.
No, it's done. David Aaron. David Aaron. BV.
BV.
Okay, David. Claire will write down. Did you write it down, Claire?
I did. But
Okay, you got to
David,
email her.
Please email me because I have no way to email you.
There you
Okay.
go. Exciting.
There we go.
Another winner. Everyone's a winner here, but some
Everyone's a
people win
winner.
a little bit
Chicken
more.
Hey, you don't get this on Scientology TV.
Yeah.
Mug
They don't give
maker.
you anything.
Yeah.
They didn't even give you new programming.
And how amazing is it that people just order and say, "This is for the next live. Give them away."
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Cool.
People are buying these for the winners, by the way. Viewers have bought these for other viewers. Here's a good one.
No, the crazy part is that the person that donated these 3 was
Yeah.
picked as a winner a previous time.
Oh, wow. That's
Oh,
cool.
this is the pay it forward Starbucks
Yes.
routine.
That's right.
Yes,
That's kind
exactly.
of cool.
Let's
Yeah.
read this TB mug maker here, Tim Bridwell.
Ah, that's him.
He's the guy who made
Yes.
the mug. Thank you,
Yes.
Tim.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you,
I'm
Tim.
very
I'll
much
get-
looking forward to mine.
I'll get mine when I get home.
This is a great one. I just have to show it. Pick me or I ask a Marty question.
I was trying. That's what I was trying to do.
I knew it was, Mike, when
well,
you
now
said this
you-
is the one I want.
Oh.
I think Silver Spoon, you're getting one too.
Silver Spoon. You know
Yeah.
what? To be honest, we had 5 giveaways, but
Yeah.
so I wanted to give this thing away. So we do have Silver Spoon. You're a winner. Email me. There you
Yeah,
go. We
there
just
you
did
go.
a bonus.
There you go.
There you
Oh,
go.
thank
It
you,
was just
Mark.
the comedy. I needed it.
I know.
So.
I like that's the one I said. Oh, it's gone.
Thank you, Silver Spoon. Email Claire.
Yes.
Oh, guys, check this out. Mark Fisher. Hi to SPTV from Las Vegas. So
Nice.
Mark Fisher and Janice today launched their SPTV YouTube channel.
Oh,
Yes.
awesome. We got to put a
And-
link in the descriptions.
If Goldie has the link, she can put it in live chat. We'll put it in the video description. But here, the name of the channel, as of right now, I believe is Our Scientology Stories
Yes.
Peeling the Onion.
Yes, that's
Okay.
right.
There you go.
And Janice told me that they were going to focus on the sort of historical side of the CR.
Okay.
I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but that's what she mentioned to me last week or something. So that's great. That's great.
Awesome.
I have
think it's
suggested
so
that they
hilarious.
figure out how to shorten the name to either just Our Scientology Stories or Scientology Peeling the Onion in order to get traction on YouTube. But for now, it is Our Scientology Stories - Peeling the Onion. And anyway, you're going to be seeing a lot of good stuff from them.
Cool.
So wanted to get that up there. Okay, here's a funny one. Kakatunga I Road. Hold on.
Kakatogi Road.
Okeechobee Road.
Is that a real road?
Absolutely. Yeah, I drive down it all the time.
All right. Let's not kid
this
ourselves.
comment-
Frank Stallone's Road to Freedom was a total banger. Could anyone shed some light on Frank's involvement in Scientology?
Trouble, double, stubble, stubble, get
It
your
is- it
shaver
is actually-
on my
Yeah,
face.
It is actually the only Scientology music I thought was good.
That Road to Freedom?
Well, I mean, look, when I say good, I don't mean it's in like the top 40 Billboard, hits of the world. I'm saying I thought it was actually quality, well-produced music. The other stuff is just practically satire. I mean, there's a YouTube channel that actually broke down all of Scientology's musical library. It's a professional music guy who has a high quality big channel, and he broke it all down, and it's hilarious. The Edgar Winter stuff, the space jazz, is like almost a comedy. You'd think it was Saturday Night Live. It's so bad. Okay.
Yeah.
The Dougie Fresh stuff, the Joy of Creating, is just so horrible. The Chili Bee, the Scientology hip hop is so bad. You're like, how did this get done? But I thought the Road to Freedom album was at least like quality musicians. I mean, quality vocals at least, even if maybe the lyrics are cheesy as hell. I'm just saying, I thought it was the only stuff that I thought was actually decent.
Okay.
Oh, come on. What about We Stand Tall, man?
No, I did like Jeff Pomerantz. Those were bangers as well.
It's David Pomerantz.
What did I say?
Jeff Pomerantz. Jeff Pomerantz
his
is
brother
the
Jeff.
announcer VO guy. David Pomerantz is the singer guy. Not
How
related.
crazy is it that they're not even related?
I know, it's weird. It's like Marty Rathbun, and there was a guy at the Imp Base who was in the kitchen.
Aaron Rathbun.
And
Ronnie.
his name was Ronnie Rathbun. And
Ronnie.
for
Yeah,
the
he was
whole
Aaron.
entire time I was there, I just assumed they were brothers. And I even said to somebody, "Oh yeah, his brother was there." And he goes, somebody was like, "That wasn't his brother." I was like, "They had the same name, Rathbun? That's the weirdest last name, and two people had it."
So,
Yep.
Mike, was Frank Stallone ever actually a Scientologist?
No.
He let himself be used for that musical album, and he wasn't even a freaking Scientologist.
Yeah, I don't know why. I
I
didn't
think
know
he
what
was
the
Scientology adjacent. Somebody
Yes.
knew him.
Someone who was involved in that thing. I mean, Leif Garrett was on it too.
But Leif Garrett was on the
was-
cover of Celebrity.
I know, but he wasn't ever really a Scientologist.
I think he did the Purif.
Yeah.
That's
so did
enough.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, that's enough. You know, I got to tell the story. I never get to tell the story. One time.
Settle in, folks.
Are you ready for this, Aaron?
Yeah. If
One time-
if you need a bathroom break, now's the time.
One time at CC, at the Celebrity Center, Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers was in the parking lot of CC with a baseball bat, destroying a Mercedes-Benz in the Celebrity Center parking lot. He was
Really?
We had a baseball bat, and he was beating up a Mercedes-Benz.
Belonging to
Him, while he was doing his Purif.
Flea did the Purif?
Yep, at CC. But after he beat up the Mercedes, I think there were complications with keeping him on the Purif or him finishing the Purif or something. There was definitely,
that was not a good indicator.
Yeah, there was definitely problems with him being there, beating up cars on Purif brakes.
He was a flat ball bearing.
Anyway, yeah.
You have to imagine how he got tricked into doing that at the Celebrity Center and what he thought he was doing it for. Like, what? There's no way Flea was trying to join Scientology, right? Someone had to trick him into doing this. And somehow, ironically, it's cheaper to do the purification rundown at an actual Scientology org than it is to go to, say, a Narconon. It's like 15 times cheaper.
Wow.
It's like, I think it's like $5,000 to do the Purif.
Yeah.
And if you go to Narconon, it's like $40,000.
Yep.
Or
Yeah.
even more.
Is it 5,000 now for the Purif? It used to be 2,500.
Well,
yeah,
I thought it was 5,000.
Yeah, Narconon starts at like 30K. By the way, did you guys? I told a story of Mike Tyson accidentally went to a Narconon without knowing what he was going for.
And I was just going to say the exact same thing. It was just like Mike Tyson ended up somewhere to do a drug rehab. And because they don't tell you at Scientology until you're there, that you never hear the word Scientology until you get there. And they do that with other things as well. They have like professional courses or acting classes or
how to make it in Hollywood.
Yeah. But they do that all over Scientology. They say, oh, come in. What is it? Mental therapy they were offering, that sign, and somebody called. And they said, oh, I'll be there at 8. And they did the whole thing. They never once mentioned the word Scientology. And then when the person goes to go there, like, what's the name of the building? Oh, you'll see when you get here. We don't have to go through it. You know?
Yeah, totally. Mike, this one's for you. Ash Sure wants to know, how do I order a signed copy of your book for a Mother's Day gift?
You just go to my blog and click on the left-hand side of my blog, MikeRindersblog.org, and it will allow you to write the message that you want and pay for the book. And once I get home, I will write the message and ship it off to you.
Fantastic. Marilyn Honig has a question that I've always wondered about as well. If there's no supreme being, who banished Zenu to the inside of a mountain and who is enforcing his stay there? I think we should break him out.
Okay.
That is an excellent question.
Yeah. Can I answer this one? Because I'm the one who broke him out. Anyway, they put him in an electronic, a cave with electronic gates. But the problem is, and it was done by loyal soldiers of the
loyal officers
of the, what were they called?
The loyal officers.
The Galactic Confederacy.
Yeah, from the Galactic Confederacy.
Oh.
The loyal officers imprisoned him, But the problem is they use these electronic gates, but they were powered by Rayovac batteries, those lantern batteries that you used to get when you were a kid. And those things die. They're nickel cadmium. They don't last that long. And so when those died, he just walked out, and I was there. He's been thawing out in my backyard for a few years. When he wakes up, it's going to be showdown. Anyway, but that's who put him there, was the loyal officers, to answer your question, Marilyn. Please don't crochet any loyal officer outfits, because they were inconsequential in the overall scheme of things. Thank you. Thank you for that.
This is a funny one. Destiny Salazar, do you think OSA has a super chat budget?
No, they don't. But somebody told me today, when they were watching my video from yesterday, they got I think it was either a Tom Cruise ad or a Grant Cardone ad, or both, actually. So we're getting Grant Cardone's now advertising on YouTube, and he's paying us now too. So Scientology, Tom Cruise, and now Grant Cardone. Thank you. We appreciate it. Hopefully you end up in jail soon, but otherwise, until then, you can keep paying for us to do
Well, I've been dying to do this video, but I've had so much other things to discuss. Gary Cardone is being sued by the Federal Trade Commission right now.
No.
So here, Gary is a company called Chargeback 911. And now, so Mike and I know some people whose business models are dependent upon getting people to sign up for free trials with credit, using their credit cards and stuff, and then making it absolutely impossible to cancel, and you're getting recharged over and over again. And business models that are based on this, they have merchant accounts that regularly get shut down, because when your merchant account gets a certain percentage of chargebacks, it's just a huge glaring red flag of fraud. So they just instantly close down your merchant account. Okay. Grant Cardone's company, Chargeback 911, is a company designed to help companies that have this fraudulent business model keep their merchant accounts open longer by minimizing the amount of chargeback reports, or by running thousands of BS charges through the merchant account so that the percentage of chargebacks looks less. What? So now you have to wonder, I wonder what business Gary Cardone's business might have been created to help. Cardone Enterprises couldn't possibly be one of them.
That is so crazy.
Yes. And the FTC in his press release even pointed out that at least 3 of Chargeback 911's clients have also been sued by the FTC. And I just got to find someone who can help me figure out how to figure out which company. There's no way Gary's company doesn't exist to help Cardone's company commit this type of fraud. Because you'll notice Cardone Enterprises, they're not selective about who they market to. They want anyone and everyone. They're hoovering up anyone they can into their sales funnel, because all they want is the most number of people in the sales funnel as possible, because that's how these freaking scams work. They only need a certain percentage of them, of these chargebacks of these charges to go through month after month. And, that's how these companies make money. And the company there's one particular guy that I'm not naming that Mike and I know, who makes an unbelievable amount of money in this fraudulent business and has been doing it for decades. I mean, they print money. The entire thing's based on fraud. It's amazing. Once I figure out how to do a video about that, connecting the dots between Grant and Gary, that's what's going to happen. By the way, speaking of which, if I can find this comment, All right, fine. I'll find it eventually. Jennifer Bissonette. Aaron, I've been watching you all day. I hope I didn't accidentally write you into my term paper.
Hey, look at how many viewers. Aaron, look at the viewers.
3333 is what it says.
Wow, nice. Ding.
So what was the record?
It was somewhere between 32 and 34. Do you guys remember?
I don't. Sorry.
Okay. All right, next one. Maria Marcel. When you're in the Sea Org, your passport is initially taken away. Do you get it back when you are sent overseas for training or does someone hold it for you the whole time?
Well, you get it back if you have to travel internationally.
Yeah.
But then they collect it back from you on your return.
Yeah, but what you do, though, I figured this out early on. If you're going to go on a trip again, or you've been going on a bunch of different trips, you can just say you turned it in, and then they just say, oh, okay, great. And then you just keep it. So whenever somebody asks, you say, oh, I turned it in.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, Sarahwin says, read Mark's book on Amazon Unlimited.
There you go.
What is that? What is that?
It's like it's like a subscription, I think, and you just read whatever you want. You don't pay for, you can just get whatever you want. And you don't have to pay for it.
Here's a little something to cover reading it for free. It was great. Nothing but love for my 4 favorite SPTV peeps. Up next, Mike's book. Thanks for what you do.
Nice.
Thank you. Appreciate
Wonderful.
it.
I wonder if that's like YouTube Premium, where you pay extra money to not see ads, but YouTube still keeps track of which videos that you watch, and they still pay the creators a little bit of money when you watch their videos.
Yeah, I know I have that on Audible, because a lot of people just subscribe to Audible so they can listen to whatever they want. And the same thing with Kindle. And Kindle and Audible both give you a certain amount of revenue from the people that are just reading it for free sometimes.
Very
It's
cool.
not, it's a smaller portion, but it's a good to get, the book out.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, I found it. Lisa Lee. Aaron, I loved Cleared Hot podcasts. Okay, so let's explain that. There's a podcast by Andy Stumpf, who is a former member of SEAL Team 6. I think he was on the POW rescue mission for, what was her name? Jessica? In the Iraq War. Anyway, he was on the only POW rescue mission since World War II. He has a podcast called Cleared Hot. And that's what I had flown to Montana to film with him. And he published it this morning. Showing your emotions and vulnerability is real and endearing. Okay, so, okay. I hope it doesn't get easier when you talk about it. Truth is truth. Oh, hi, Hubba Mike. Okay. I wanted to show this comment for a couple reasons. One,
besides the Hubba Mike one.
Andy has said he's gone deep down the Scientology rabbit hole. He'd do 100 podcasts on Scientology if he could, and he wants to interview all of you. So, Mike,
he wrote to me today, Aaron.
I gave him your email address. I gave him your direct email address.
Nice.
And also, we do a whole segment of the interview on Grant Cardone.
Nice. I looked at it. It's long, right?
It's 3 full hours.
Wow. Did he chop it up, or did he just
Nope.
just put it the way you guys did it?
Yep.
I love that.
And he only does them live in Montana?
Yep. Face to face.
Wow.
Oh, well, I've always wanted to go to Montana.
Nice.
There you go.
I'm going to go to
There
the
you go.
Yellowstone Ranch.
Somebody said,
guys.
Yeah, somebody said, Aaron, it was Jessica Lynch.
Jessica Lynch. Yeah, he was on the mission and rescued Jessica Lynch. And guys, get this. He fucking interviews Jessica Lynch on his podcast as well.
Wow.
That's pretty powerful.
That's pretty powerful. Pretty powerful. Yeah, guys, so check it out. Cleared Hot, Andy Stumpf, STUMPF, fantastic podcast, fantastic channel. And our podcasts or our channels are mostly YouTube based, or I mean, at least my stuff is. Mike's is. I know Mark and Claire have some. They figured out how to put it into regular podcast world. Andy Stumpf's podcast is many times bigger in the podcast world than it is in the YouTube world.
Yeah, he has millions and millions of podcast followers or subscribers or whatever you call it.
Yeah, and just a really, really great guy. Okay, so Travis Bowman says, SPTV tattoos, don't think about it, just do it.
That's so good.
I don't know. I don't think I could handle it. Claire, how are you with like needle pain?
I am very good with pain. I have lived through a lot of pain. 3 children,
I can't.
multiple broken bones.
Yeah.
All versions of pain.
Yeah,
Thousands of hours of TRs.
Years of Scientology.
30 years in a cult. I'd say I'm good with miserable pain and suffering. I can tolerate it.
All right. Well, if Claire gets an SPTV tattoo, I will vaguely consider it.
She's not getting that.
You want me to do a live, Aaron? This is me getting a tattoo.
All right, let's see. Mystic Wolf. I'm wondering how many SPTV supporters will be in LA starting next week. I'm thinking tailgates and signs. You guys are amazing. I was reminded today, the courtroom literally holds 30 people. I can't believe this room's so small. I don't know how I'm going to last sitting in this room all day. But 30 people. That is so small.
Yeah.
And the place was still almost never filled up during the first trial.
Did you go on the first time, Aaron? Did you ever go?
No.
When I went, it was there was like room for more people. It wasn't even full.
Yeah. So there you go. I don't know how many supporters will be there, but I really do hope we can fill out the courtroom when the Jane Does are testifying, and of course when Claire's testifying. I don't know. Would that make it harder? Like I don't know. I try to put myself in their shoes. Like if I was testifying, would I be more comfortable or less comfortable if I saw a lot of familiar faces in the audience? I'm not sure. Nobody wants to be talking about this stuff. Like it's not like, you know what I mean? So it's a kind of a, I don't know.
It's just awkward. The whole thing is awkward, Aaron.
Yeah.
When they're talking about stuff that you shouldn't be talking about there, it's definitely awkward.
Yeah, totally.
I'll send you. I'll give you a box of saltines, and you can give them to your fans. So if any of my fans show up, you can give them some crackers.
Can you pre-lick them?
What?
Can you pre-lick them?
No.
You can be the designated liquor, Alan.
Yeah.
That would be pretty funny. Have like those giveaway, like they hand out on the airplane.
Yeah.
Cracker packets promoting SPTV.
Just so you know, I've already researched this. You can buy them in just a little 2-cracker package, like they give you when you get soup at the store or at the supermarket or something like that.
Of course,
you can
you've
get
already
those branded.
researched it.
You can get those branded any which way you want. We could actually do this, no problem. It's super easy.
Yeah, gosh. That's amazing. Okay, here's an interesting question. Angela Bernhardt, friend of Hogue. Do Scientology members actually take real classes on statistics like one would in college, or is it statistics according to how LRH instructed?
Strictly L. Ron Hubbard style.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And his style is 1950s Cold War era nonsense. And it is not, if you ran your business using these things, your business will not do well. It's not a good system to apply to a business. I wouldn't do it if I were you. Do the opposite. You'll do much better.
Yeah. The only thing that's better than is nothing.
Well, that's not true either, Aaron. That's not true.
But I mean, honestly, these Scientology business consulting groups make a ton of money teaching this very basic system to people whose only alternative is nothing.
That's true. That's true. You're right. Just keeping track of, keeping track of stuff administratively is better than what some of these guys are doing, which is, you're right, nothing. So anyway. Yeah. They do make a lot of money telling people to count up the number of dollars they made last month and try to make more dollars this month.
All right, here's a fun one. Crystal says, I wasn't going to do this, but I admire the work y'all are doing so much. It'd be awesome to get a happy birthday from such a great group of warriors. Keep fighting. Tomorrow, I'll be 42.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Crystal.
Happy
I hope
birthday,
you have a
Crystal.
great day. Hopefully you have a great day.
Make it amazing.
Denver Stevo, how long was Claire in the hole after Marc left? How'd you get out in less than 3 weeks?
Stay tuned for my book. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, it was 3 weeks.
It is in my book. The end of my book has the exact story of how I got Claire out. How did
I do on the eye roll, Mike?
How we worked as a team for her to escape.
How I creatively had to figure out how to get Marc a message so he would listen and call me.
Was this
Undercover.
before or after the wedding rings were returned?
Oh, the wedding rings happened years before that.
The wedding rings was years before.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. I've got the timeline on the whole thing mixed up.
Yeah, the
By the
wedding
way,
rings was in 2000.
Yeah.
Timeline is another one. Is that a
Timeline?
Scientology thing? Oh, you've got
No.
your timeline. Time track is
Time
probably
track
a
is
one.
Scientology,
Yes.
definitely.
Okay,
But timeline, I think that's pretty generally.
Yeah, I think it is. Denver Stevo with another one here. Why does Mike's room look normal hotel tacky, but Marc looks like he's sitting in the bowels of hell?
Because I am. My room is in the basement of the hotel.
It's really
We're
only
next
because
to the
Mike.
furnace.
Well, it's really just because Mike doesn't have the LED lights on.
Wait.
He can do it if he wants. See?
Oh, you've got it right there.
Yeah, he's got it. He can do whatever he wants.
Hit us with some
turn
blue.
red.
Hit us
trying
with
to
some
be different.
blue.
I can.
Oh, look at that.
Green.
Wow. It actually kind of matches your shirt a little bit there.
You like the blue? Should I stick with the blue?
Kinda.
We should ask the person that gave them to me what her view is.
Maria.
What would she like? Maria.
Yes, there you go.
Uh-oh. We got, guys, check this out. Bella Lotta says, please use this to give someone a bobblehead tonight.
Wow.
Wow, we have fire.
Okay. You know what?
Wow.
In 5 minutes, I'm given. Is it my turn next?
Yes. So that
Okay.
means we have 2 more bobbleheads to give away, and this baby Zenu.
Okay.
It's
good.
so freaking cute. I love it.
Yes.
Look at that, 3446 viewers now. That must be the
Ooh.
record.
Yeah.
It probably is the record. Yeah.
Nice.
Absolutely. I mean, when Miscavige hasn't been able to get 3,500 Scientologists together in one spot since 1993.
Yeah. It's true.
And even that, you have to factor in many of those were Sea Org members.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Bella.
Mark, why do you keep getting rid of the comments like that?
Because then we go back to this.
Right.
Yeah.
But then you make Aaron lose his place, I think.
No, you don't.
Oh,
You don't.
okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry. You want me to not do that? I won't do it. It was the first time you mentioned it. I've been doing it the whole time.
It puts the lotion in the basket or it gets the hose again.
Okay, take it easy.
Okay.
Then.
Wow.
Are you going to do the
that went
pee-pee
dark
dance?
really fast. Oh my gosh. Now, boys.
Well, no, that's what he does after he says that. He does the pee-pee dance.
It's okay. Trinity Devane. I love watching Mike's face whenever anyone brings up Marty or asks a question about him.
So
he
good.
is over it.
You know, it's so funny. We haven't been being asked that question in the last several weeks. It's good.
Yes.
Yep.
I think my face got rid of it.
Yeah.
Got rid of the question.
All right, let's see. I'm kind of jumping around here a little bit. Oh, here's what I've been meaning to click on. James Petter. I've heard you all talk about the Edie Hamburg, Weibka. How do you say the name?
Vibka.
Vipka.
Oh, Jesus, that's her first name?
Yes.
Yeah,
Vibka Hansen.
Vipka Hansen.
Vibka, being assigned to the RPF, which seemed bizarre. Were there other non-Sea Org staff members or even public that happened to? Well, yeah, the other one was Jürgen Denker.
Well, there's a bunch of other ones. Even that guy, what was that guy's name that ran the museum at the Fort Harrison or in Flag? Frank?
Yeah, Frank McCall. But
Yeah.
he was originally in the Sea Org.
Well, I know, but he was out of the Sea Org.
And then got brought back to be put on the RPF.
Yeah.
For what?
Okay.
I didn't know that. For what?
Oh, yeah. Because
do?
he was a squirrel.
Yeah.
L. Ron Hubbard said Frank McCall is a squirrel of the First Order. He was in the UK doing something or other. I can't even remember what. And he came up in one of these evaluations that Hubbard was having done called the Confront of Evil evaluations that were finding all of the external influences in Scientology organizations around the world, which was the beginning of WISE and how WISE came to be created to get Scientology businesses out of orgs, stealing staff members, stealing mailing lists, blah, 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 blah. Got it in. And Frank McCall came up on one of those things, and Hubbard had a real dislike for Frank McCall. Frank McCall was the original captain of the Athena and had been busted for being insolent to Hubbard. And then he'd left the Sea Org. He was out in the UK squirreling away according to Hubbard. And so he was brought and put on the RPF.
Wow.
You know who else was brought and put on the RPF on the Apollo? The Deputy Guardian United States, Bob Thomas. Nobody hardly knows this. Bob Thomas shows up on the Apollo, and when Guardian people came to the Apollo, there was only like 3 or 4 Guardian people on the Apollo outside of Mary Sue Hubbard. Nikki, her communicator, Fred Hare, who was like CSG. Mary Sue's post was Commodore Staff Guardian, and Fred Hare was CSG assistant. Anybody else who came to visit for secret meetings and then went again in the middle of the night kind of thing. Bob Thomas shows up, and he's in a black boiler suit chipping the railings on the Apollo. And like, holy shit, I was a deckhand then. And I'm like, who's that guy? And people are like, it's Bob Thomas. He's the Deputy Guardian United States. I'm like, what the hell's he doing here? Nobody was allowed to talk to him. It was like really weird. So he was another one.
If anybody who's watching doesn't know, the Guardian's office was the dirty tricks department of Scientology before it was called the Office of Special Affairs, what it's called now. But it was like this, those were the guys that hired the private investigators, and the Guardian's office just happens to also be the organization that perpetrated the largest infiltration in the United States government in its history. And you can look it up on the internet. It was called, what was it? Operation Snow White.
Snow White.
Operation Snow White.
Yeah, and what about 3 months after Mark and I escaped, they told us to come back and do the RPF.
Yeah, they did.
3 months later. Yeah, that was a firm no.
So, guys, how long after you guys blew were you sort of in officially still in good standing?
Well, that's a complicated question, as with anything in Scientology. If you were to ask my family, they would tell you that the day after I escaped, they were called into LA and told they could never speak to me ever again. However, I contacted Kirsten Catano at OSA a week after I escaped and said, hey, I'm here. I'm out of there. I'm not coming back. I'm with Mark, but I would really like to be able to speak with my family. So tell me what to do. And then that started this whole conversation. Well, Greg Wilhare called me, said, well, it's on hold. Just come back and get sec checked. You won't be declared.
Even though they had issued a
done
suppressive
it.
person declare the day after she left, for 3 months, they made out like, oh, we'll figure it out. It's all good. Da, 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 da.
Yep.
And when we went and picked up my stuff, which we have to do a video about that, but when we picked up our stuff, they gave me an envelope, and in the envelope was our SP declares that had been issued in January.
They were dated
right
January 24th or 25th, which was the day after I escaped.
So
yeah.
The answer to your question is either 1 day or 3 months, depending on
who you ask,
who you're listening to in Scientology.
Yeah,
incredible. Wow, Jen W, Australia, Melbourne, finally caught alive. Love you all, especially Claire's interviews.
Yay!
Nice,
thanks, Jen.
It's bobblehead giveaway time. If you're in the comments and you want a bobblehead, tell me that you do. And I will pick it. I'm going to do you know how I like to do this. I like to go 5, 4, 3.
You can do it, honey.
What comes after 3? 2. Here it is. Here it is. I'm going to look away. There.
You missed it.
No, I got it. I hit it. I would love a bobblehead or a baby Zenu. Johnny Raider. Okay? Claire, you pick. Does he get the baby Zenu or does he get the bobblehead?
Well, you were doing the bobblehead giveaway.
Okay, bobblehead. Sorry. You're going to get a bobblehead, Johnny. Send Claire an email.
We have to announce it. There are specific people that really want dibs on that baby Zenu. So
okay, but am I giving another one away? Or because
I'm giving the baby Zenu away. I reserved that for me.
Okay, good. So, but I can give one more bobblehead away.
Yep.
Because we have 2. We had a bonus just come up in here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, why do you get to give it away?
Because it's my turn.
Okay, rock, paper, scissors, boys.
Oh, you want to do it? Let's do it. You ready? Aaron, are you ready?
I wasn't in the mix for it. You guys were.
Okay, you ready,
okay.
Mike?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready? You ready?
Now, Mark's been known to cheat at games of chance.
Ready?
Mike wins.
All right.
Also,
good.
not games of chance, games of skill I'm known to cheat at, not games of chance.
Like bullshit?
No, like card games.
That's a game
like
of skill.
card games.
Yeah, like bullshit. That was a game of real skill.
Mike's referring to the Mike's referring to the card game called Bullshit.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. Have I ever played that game?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't you remember the aces in the pocket?
Yes.
That was bullshit. That was the game we were playing.
Yeah, and you have to play.
Oh, I don't remember.
You have to call the person on it. Oh my gosh.
I don't remember what the game was we were playing.
So often, I don't remember what they're called.
Yeah, I don't remember. Is that a game of skill or a game of chance?
It's both.
It's
okay,
a game
there
of
you go.
skill
So
of reading people.
My argument stands.
There you go.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's what you said when we caught you.
Well, that's my line. When you catch me, that's what I'm gonna say. That's what I've been taught. I grew up in a cult. That's what they taught me.
Lori Plays asks, been meaning to ask Mark, did you ever want to join Scientology? In your book, it seemed like you ended up there. You just ended up there as you would lose caregivers.
Yeah, I basically was in a bad situation where I think at the time I was like either 14 or I just turned 15. And I wasn't living with my family. I was living with another family. That family that got the kid that was my best friend, I was living with him and his family. Well, he got recruited for the Sea Organization. And then I ended up bouncing all over the place trying to live places. I was paying rent. I had to pay for my own food. I had to get to school. I had to do school. I had to get home. I was basically on my own at 14 years old. And I was running out of steam trying to do all that. And then the Sea Org came in and they're like, hey, you want to go to Oklahoma and help people get off drugs? And I was like, and they're like, you'll get minimum wage and this and that and the other thing. I was like, And then I didn't want to do it. But then they were like, you don't have to finish school. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. I was like, oh, yeah, that's going to be way easier. Little did I know that didn't end up happening the way they said it was. So, yes, it was more of a wrong place at the wrong time. So, yeah, I didn't want to do it, but I thought it would be an easier path than the path I was on. So, sucks to suck. That's what they say.
Make a sense. Jen Nelson, Mark, I just finished your book. Amazing, but you made me ugly cry the 3 chapters.
Yeah, the last 3 chapters are definitely ugly cry time. So sorry about that. Sucks to suck, like I just said. Yeah, no, a lot of people tell me that those last few chapters are pretty emotional. Sorry. There you go.
What are they about? No, just kidding.
Aren't you
okay.
funny?
Victoria Catherine, hearing about Diddy Man, which I guess is Miscavige. Oh, DM, Diddy Man. Okay. Making that guy, Mark Yeager, build his cage and live in it for 2 years or more has made my blood boil. He needs his platform heels taken out from beneath him. P.S. Have a crush on Mike.
Hubba hubba.
Jesus.
This is an important message for Mark Headley. Escaping the Cultiverse says Shakira is also a huge Depeche Mode fan.
I have heard this.
Really?
Nice.
Somebody else said that. I mean, okay, if you say so, I believe you.
Her hips don't lie.
Her hips do not lie.
I guess Shakira, it's a little unusual for someone Shakira's age to be such a big Depeche Mode fan.
No, it's not.
What?
How old do you think Shakira is?
Younger than us.
I'm looking that up. I don't think so. I think she's about our age exactly.
And
Chat
what do you
GPT.
think? Are you implying that only old people like Depeche Mode, Aaron?
Okay.
Bail, Aaron. Bail now. Bail. Go on to the next question.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do
Gotcha.
Oh, look, Mark Fisher says that Frank Stallone and the Road to Freedom album will be a story on our channel. Mark Fisher was a producer on the album.
Excellent.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
that's
perfect.
amazing.
That's exactly the sort of stuff that I think is great.
Yes.
By the way, Aaron, Shakira is the same age as me.
How? 40?
17.
She's
49?
46. She's 46. She's not 49.
Shakira's 46?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, there you go. Yes.
Oh, she looks great. I was gonna say I thought she was like 35.
Yeah.
You know. Claire, this one's for you.
Okay.
Will Claire ever ride a motorcycle again?
I did get back on the motorcycle, but I'm done with it now.
Yeah. When we escaped, I escaped on my motorcycle, and when we went to go pick up our stuff, they had loaded Claire's motorcycle into a U-Haul. And
I was going to try and copy Marc. And I memorized all the highways from California to Kansas City. The problem was I was born in a cult, and I didn't realize that in January I was planning to drive a motorcycle through the Rockies. Yeah, bad plan. Luckily, I didn't go that route.
Yeah. She said that. She said, I can come on my motorcycle. I was like, no, you can't.
I had done the calculations of how much mileage, like how many miles the motorcycle could do and how many dollars I would need to get from California to Kansas City, because I didn't need to eat. That was optional. I'd already lost so much weight from not eating for months that really wasn't a big issue. And I had this whole plan that I could just buy a movie ticket and sleep in the back of the movie theater instead of getting a hotel room. It's quite creative, actually.
Yes, this is
incredible.
True.
Okay, here's a funny one. What's in it for you says Marmite and Vegemite taste like motor oil. I used to live in Samoa, and English chocolate is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I was mentally conflating English chocolate with dark chocolate. You're not saying, you didn't mean dark chocolate.
No.
Oh.
Like Cadbury's or, something of that ilk.
I
there.
see.
Chocolate
English milk chocolate. Okay.
Yeah,
any chocolate.
Any chocolate in Europe is better than the best chocolate from America.
Swiss chocolate is better than English chocolate, but American chocolate, somebody did say that China chocolate is at the bottom of the scale.
Yes, that's true.
But American chocolate is pretty low on the scale.
Yeah.
You guys have to help me understand what this means. Lisa Lee says, you're also inspirational and brave. I may be a Yinzer from Pug, but do I pronounce organization wrong, or does Hubba Mike? Also, I get so angry at the Danny Masterson smirk for success this time. What does this mean, guys? What's a Yinzer? What's a Yinzer?
Don't know.
Oh, I thought for sure this was some British humor.
It might be.
It could be.
Yeah.
Huh.
We've all sort of lived in the US for a long time now.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're sort of out of the vernacular.
This might need a follow-up, Lisa.
Yeah.
We might need to do some word clearing on this one.
That Danny Masterson smirk really is, it is really hard to watch. I agree.
Absolutely.
Old DJ Donkey Punch.
Yeah. And also, just so you know, Aaron, DJ Donkey Punch, when I went there and I was sitting out in the hallway, he approached me and we had a little interaction when I was there. And it was really weird. And he had not done it with anybody else, and he didn't do it with anybody else after that. And I think it was because we were doing a lot of videos on him. So if he recognized me out in the hallway, he's definitely going to recognize you.
But he knew you in real life. I've never met Danny.
Well, yeah, but when I knew him, it was when I was young and he was young. So I don't know that he remembered that I was the same person at that time. So I don't know. I don't know that he really knew me.
Yeah,
I get it.
That makes sense. Mike, this one might be up your alley if you know what it's referring to. Rhiannon PTS. Last podcast on the left said that David Miscavige almost derailed himself with an LRH skit that LRH hated. Does anyone know what the skit was? Sending love to you all from Australia.
No idea. Never heard of such a thing.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm still listening to the Hubbard series of that podcast. I'll listen to it and see if it rings a bell. I do recall Miscavige would often say that Hubbard kicked him off the shoot crew and assigned him treason for betrayal, and that Miscavige would boast about the fact that he just inserted himself back in and took his hat back and got back on post despite that.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I
Interesting.
think he wasn't kicked off for making a joke or a
Right.
skit or something. He was kicked off for incompetence
Yeah.
as a cameraman.
Right.
Yeah. Aaron, do you mind if I show one real quick?
Go for it.
Just because it's very odd. It says, Kate Bowen, thanks, Kate. She says, forget cracker liquor. In Mark's hate video, what amused me is them saying that Mark would send tourists who asked for directions in the opposite direction. LOL.
What?
You're a direction thief too.
Well, now, I just want to tell you that I think this is another one. I don't know who did this video, so I don't know the circumstances of this thing. But in addition to cracker liquors, evidently, I'm somebody who sends tourists in the wrong direction. Now, this is another question. When would I have ever in my life had the opportunity to do this?
When you were a teenage delinquent living in LA.
But what? I'm just walking around looking for tourists?
No,
Yeah.
tourists come and ask you, where's Hollywood Boulevard?
I see. Like, I see.
And
Not
you
in
sent them up into
Scientology.
the hills instead of down to Hollywood Boulevard, you criminal.
Well, the only time ever tourists have ever asked me directions was when I was in Denmark for a while. But people would come up to me and they would say, do you know where the train station is? And then I would look at them and be like, yeah, it's about 2 blocks down that way. And then when they're walking away, they go, did you hear how good his English was? Because I had blonde hair and I looked just like any other Dane walking around Copenhagen.
Well,
but,
see, that's where it comes from.
But I didn't give them wrong directions. I told them where the train station was. I don't know I don't know who's making up these stories, but they're so bizarre. Like, did you hear about the time that Mark sewed a patch on the back of his pants that wasn't the same fabric as the pants? Like, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I saw this and I was like, I've got to get over to this site. I've never ever been there, but it sounds like there's gold over there. There's gold in them there hills.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got to do another bubble giveaway. Otherwise, I get another one.
I thought we were going to do it all at the end.
Hold
I
on.
thought we were going to do it all at the end.
You get to do 2 at the end.
No.
I see. Okay, yeah, do it, Mike. Do it. You ready?
Wait, what are we doing? Are we doing the baby Zenu?
No, Mike.
Bobblehead?
Mike won that thing, but then
Okay.
he never gave one away. He won, but then he didn't capture the moment and give it. He just
I see. Okay.
just sleeping on the job.
Okay.
But we gave it away, right?
No,
I gave one
to
away.
give.
He won, and then we just went on to the next
We've
question.
given 4 away so far. We have one more bobblehead and a baby Zenu.
So get ready, people.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1.
No, don't do it that fast.
Yeah, you gotta let it.
You gotta let the chat burn up.
Yeah, people got to get to their computer. They could be vacuuming. They could be doing the dishes. They could be getting a little something.
We're over 3,500
Hey,
right now, too, by the way.
Hey,
nice.
You do things your way.
Okay.
I do things my way.
Okay.
I like to get it over and done with. Here we go.
Okay, Bubble Boy.
Destiny.
Destiny.
Yay.
Destiny
Oh,
wins
look
it.
at that. How
There you
perfect was
go.
that?
I like it how she started a new thing. Bubble me. Bubble me,
love
baby.
that.
Yes.
There you
Bubble
go.
me, baby. You know, speaking of lights, are your lights going off in the middle of this, Aaron?
Well, it's the same battery pack I've been using for the last of my couple videos. So it's okay.
Battery pack. I'm in a hotel in the middle of the East Coast, and this shit's all plugged in.
No, these are battery operated, bro.
Oh, Maria.
I just clicked on that just because I saw it. Thanks,
Yeah.
Maria. I turned it on to blue.
Yeah, there you go. Blue works best for Mike. She picked, and he did. Bubble
Maria
me.
de Jesus Gutierrez. Thank you
Bubble
for
me.
that.
Oh, you should see the rest of her name.
Oh,
That's just the beginning.
no
I'm
way.
serious. I am serious. But Maria, put up your whole name, and we will read it out.
She's going to have to do an $85 super chat to write her whole name.
All right. Check this out from Marilyn Honig. Hey, guys, I'm sending Aaron and Mike's Duke of Chugs out sometime this week with a little something for Claire and Mark.
Nice.
Hint, it had something to do with body thetans.
Oh, my goodness.
Nice.
You know,
That's
I
amazing.
don't know what a body thetan looks like. What does it look like? Does it look like a sperm?
Anything it wants to be.
Anything it wants to? It's like a shapeshifter, like from Harry
Absolutely.
Potter.
Absolutely. That's why you ask it. What are you?
Nice. Oh, you ask it a question. What are you?
Yes.
Oh, when you're trying to.
It's a listing question. The only right answer is I am me.
Is that how you get rid of
that's
it?
who are you?
Oh.
It starts with what are you?
Wait.
The question.
Go ahead.
Claire got distracted. She
I
wasn't even
did.
listening.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can you fill me
You're
in?
not forgiven.
Claire,
I know. I'm never
We're talking
forgiven.
about body thetans and what they look like.
And
Oh.
I said anything. That's why you asked them, what are you?
That's
and
right.
Aaron said, well, that's a listing question. The only correct answer is I am me. I said, actually, that's the correct answer to who are you? What are you is a listing question, and you get what, and that can be anything from an insect to a cancer cell to a dog to a car. And then once that item has been correctly identified, you ask the question, who are you? And
Yes.
that is the procedure of New Era Dynamics for OTs.
Wow.
Don't you first, though, establish if it's a body thetan or a cluster?
Yes, you do, but I
Yes.
was
Yeah,
He was
no, I
trying
know.
to short. He was trying to shorten it up there.
Don't miss
Cluster.
any steps, Mike.
Okay,
What's that?
I have to ask a question relating to this as well because I keep getting corrected. When I do my short version of the description of each of the OT levels, I say that on OT3 you're getting rid of the BTs, on OT4 you're getting rid of the drug addicted BTs you couldn't find, and on OT5 you're starting getting clusters. And someone said to me, no, you do address clusters on 3. So what the hell is the difference between 3 and 5?
5 is the refined technique of how you get rid of body thetans and clusters. And in fact, Hubbard directed a pilot be done to put people, instead of onto auditing the procedures of OT3, find the volcano, run through incident 2, all of that stuff that you do on OT3, to just have people start doing knots. Start doing the same procedure. What are you? Who are you? Find a cluster or a BT and use that procedure, because it is ridiculous to continue to use the old stuff when the new stuff is so much simpler and works so much better.
So if the difference is
that's
that it's
all in inverted commas.
So if the difference is that it's a faster, more streamlined process of getting rid of the BTs and the clusters, what's the explanation for why there are more BTs and clusters to get rid of after already having finished 3 and 4?
Because nobody ever really finishes anything. They just say they're finished.
But what's the explanation given to the pre-clear for why there's more BTs to handle?
There isn't one. They're just told, okay, now we're going to address these additional areas of charge. And they all go, oh, okay. No,
Wow.
I don't think that there has ever been anybody that said, oh, I'm completely done. I'm done with all my BTs and clusters after
Well-
OT3.
Yeah, no, isn't that's part of the end phenomena of OT3? Is that you have no more.
Right.
Right. But then, of course, there were ones that were impacted by drugs that you weren't aware of. And then there's other ones that were impacted by other things that you weren't aware of. It's the next set of questions that you didn't realize you had them until they asked the question.
And recognize that what happens is on OT3, you're solo auditing. Then when you get to OT5, they pull an auditor in on you and say, okay, I'm now in charge. I'm running this show. I've got the e-meter. You've got unhandled BTs and clusters. Let's roll. And so
Wow.
everybody just goes, okay. And then when they get to the end of OT5 and they've supposedly handled all their BTs and clusters, they go into OT6 and learn, okay, now you're going to audit solo knots. And you're going to do more BTs and clusters. This time, 10 years worth more. Because now it's not just necessarily ones that are stuck on your body. They can be remote. They can be in Berlin holding up the Berlin Wall. And we can bring down the Berlin Wall.
They could be what caused the 9/11 disaster.
On OT5, is it always things stuck to your body, or can it be elsewhere?
No, it can be elsewhere. But it's not like quite as like OT7 is where it goes into the, okay, we're going to take full responsibility for the entirety of the planet.
Okay. Mark, what were you saying?
I just had one question. When you say cluster, are you talking about like a Baby Ruth or like crispy wheats and raisins?
Is that your question,
peanut
Mark?
cluster.
Peanut
like
clusters.
a peanut cluster.
Yeah, okay, good. But so like Baby Ruth. And then just so you guys know,
like
I know we haven't
collision that happened in the volcano.
Yeah, I know we haven't mentioned this, but because we're getting near the end. Every time you hit the subscribe button on one of our channels, Scientologist, just a random one somewhere, gets 100 more BTs. So hit the subscribe button, and we'll see what happens over there in Scientology land. And I did want to show this, Aaron. This is Yins is Pittsburgh slang. Out of all of the people, you were like, oh, I thought that was some English thing. It's from your place, aren't you? Isn't that your town?
No. Pittsburgh is not Philadelphia. Pittsburgh's nowhere, not even close to Philadelphia.
It's in the same state.
Yeah.
That's close. That's same state.
Not in Pennsylvania. Not in Pennsylvania, Miles.
What? Not in Pennsylvania, Miles?
It's certainly closer than England.
Do you only walk in Pennsylvania? Is that why they're called Pennsylvania?
And out of all of us, you're the only one from that place that place is at.
Pennsylvania is the home of the Amish. Just think of it that way. They walk everywhere, little buggies, carriages everywhere, no electric vehicles.
That's not where you were from?
Pittsburgh is like probably a 4 or 5 hour drive from Philadelphia.
A 4-hour drive on a buggy?
Yeah.
On one of them on one of them's motor vehicles.
I was going to say 10 minutes on Aaron's little McScooterville thing he was dashing off to before the police rained down on his house. I could just imagine. They're like, there he goes.
I'm like, you'll never catch me alive on this bad boy.
It was so good.
Oh, man. Let's see. We got a We Stand Tall thing. I'm waiting for the SP We Stand Tall. Come on, guys. Just make sure there's enough cowbell. Oh, there's just so much that could be done with that.
Yes.
So much that could be done with that. Here's one just because it is a question we do get a lot. Let's not spend a lot of time on it, though. Paige Benson, sending love to you, all curious. Is there anything that you learned from Scientology doctrine courses that is still useful to you today?
Yes.
What do you guys like to answer for this question?
I like to answer. It can never be something that you can't overcome. There is nothing that you can't overcome. Scientology and the Sea Org does teach you that you can dedicate and persist and go through things that nobody thinks are possible to get through and come out the other side. And I think that that's an invaluable lesson that every Sea Org member walks out of the Sea Org with, and partly why so many Sea Org members or former Sea Org members are very successful outside of the Sea Org, because they are persistent, they never accept defeat easily, and they are hardworking people that think that they can achieve things if they set their mind to it.
Yeah, I think that's a great answer. Let's finish with this one here. Aftermath Foundation fundraiser idea, 8 to 10 hour live stream marathon with the SPTV crew reacting to Scientology TV. Oh, Mystery Science Theater 3000 style. Oh, that's great.
We should really do that sometime. We should.
Oh my
goodness. I'm doing on my blog tomorrow. They announced their all new season, and I went and I looked. Okay, let's see what this new season is. Oh my God, it's ridiculous.
We could do it. You know how we could do it, Aaron? we just do a schedule, and we just get a different person to pick when their hour is, or their 2-hour period, or whatever it is. And we can have multiple people on at the same time, or we could just have one person and just have it streaming to everyone's channels simultaneously. And then at any point, any other people could join in. But no matter what, each person has an hour block that's they're assigned to. And if other people want to pipe in on their hour block or whatever, people can come and go, and we could just have it streaming full time and just laughing and
because we're streaming on all of our channels doesn't mean we all have to be on screen. Or
that's right.
There,
it's just going. So it's no matter which channel you tune into, you're watching the stream.
That is such a good idea.
And then and it could all go to the aftermath. We should wait at least a bit until we got like Janice and Mark and those guys. Like once everybody's kind of up to speed, and Amy and and everybody can just pick their little block, and we could do it that way. I think it would be very fun to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know how it would play back though. That's a good question. Like when
what do you mean? It would just be there. It was like a 5-hour video or something.
Well, no, they're talking about they're talking about
I know, but we don't have to do that.
We could do a 12-hour marathon.
I mean, it would be there as a 12-hour video.
Really? You can do a 12-hour video?
Yeah, no one's dumb enough to do it, but you can do that. I've seen a 6-hour video.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean, we could also just do 2-hour blocks and then start the same thing again the next 2 hours and say, first 2 hours, hours 3 and 4, hours 5 and 6.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're at the 2-hour mark, and we got some more giveaways to do here.
We're doing this now, right?
Yes.
Yay.
Claire,
Look
you've been waiting patiently.
Yes, I have. I just love this little guy. He's so special.
Oh, somebody did say 12 hours is the max for a replay.
Oh, okay. All right. So, baby Zenu.
If you want a baby Zenu, get up in those comments. Giving away a baby Zenu.
Hold on, I gotta get to the.
I am baby Zenu. Baby Zenu, baby Zenu. I love that guy. Oh my God.
Here. Hold on.
Baby Zenu for my baby. Baby Grow Zenu.
It is.
Yeah,
we're getting about 50 comments per second.
Really? You can see that?
I can see it on the lot because I'm on the starred comments, so I can see the update on the live comments.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, it is going crazy right now.
There we go.
Baby Zenu, please. Reba, you got to email Claire.
There we go. Thank you for participating, all you lovely humans out there. We appreciate it.
By the way, have you guys tried listening to yourselves on 2x speed? Because nothing beats it.
Nothing beats it. Somebody
guys, I swear to God,
that.
Pull up your own. You guys did one yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just listen to it on 2x speed. You guys are both hilarious. Everything you both say is unbelievably adorable. When you're speaking really fast, every time Claire laughs, it's just like, I can't even do it. It's like, it's great.
Oh my goodness. I will be sure to give it a listen, Aaron. Thanks for the recommendation.
2x, not 1.5, not 1.7, 2x.
Okay.
2x.
Okay, so how do we end this bad boy? So we broke 3,500 live viewers.
Yeah.
That's that's an easy benchmark to remember. That's got to be a record.
Yeah, it was actually I think it was 35.
Yep.
Nice.
Was the number.
Nice.
Yep.
So we'll keep track so we can
very
decide
cool
our condition each week.
And these awesome giveaways these awesome giveaways are so much fun.
Yes, very much so.
Now, technically speaking, if someone wants to fund bobblehead giveaways, you've got to send them under the Aftermath Foundation because we have no idea which channel got that super chat. We have no way of. It's very hard for us to go back and find. Someone donated a super chat and said, "Here's a thing for a bobblehead."
Yeah, so
it's fine. We'll just wash it out. But,
yeah, we'll figure it out. But I will say the ones that I did, the way that people have been doing it is they order on the spshop.com.
Yes.
And in the notes they say, like, for example, last week somebody ordered 4 bobbleheads and they said, I just want 1 and the rest is for a giveaway. Or another person said, this is for a giveaway. You can put it in the notes and then that's how we do it.
And you can tell us if you want us to say it was from you, this person said, I don't want you to say my name on the channel.
Yeah.
So you can do it anonymously, or you can say, like Goldie has done it. Other people have done it and said, I'm doing this and I would like you to make sure it's from me or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And if the person happens not to mention, I always check with them anyway by email just to be sure.
All right. This has been a lot of fun, everyone. Hit that
Yes.
like button, subscribe to
Yes.
all of our channels, and stay tuned tomorrow for more SPTV coverage of the Danny Masterson trial. All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night, guys.
If you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe